Success is something that everyone strives for, but very few truly understand the essential elements that drive it. Today, we are diving into the two fundamental pillars that lead to success: motivation and discipline. These aren't just abstract concepts. They are powerful forces that, when harnessed correctly, can propel us toward our goals with unstoppable momentum. Motivation is often seen as the initial spark. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning, what ignites that passion within to chase your dreams, and the energy that fuels your ambitions. However, motivation can be fleeting. Some days you may feel inspired and unstoppable, but on other days motivation may seem absent, and the road ahead appears too long and tiring. So what happens when that initial enthusiasm fades? That's where discipline steps in. Motivation is often the driving force that pushes us to begin our journey towards success. It's that initial burst of energy that excites us, that gives us the courage to take the first step. When we feel motivated, anything seems possible and the world appears to be full of opportunities. However, motivation alone is not enough. It's powerful in its own right, but it tends to be short-lived. What happens when motivation fades or becomes difficult to access? This is where the true power of discipline steps in. Discipline is the steady hand that guides us when motivation is no longer enough to carry us forward. It's the ability to continue working hard even when the excitement wears off, when the challenges grow bigger, and when distractions are abundant. While motivation might get you to start, discipline ensures that you stay on track even when you feel like giving up. Without discipline, those bursts of motivation quickly fizzle out, and you're left feeling discouraged and unproductive. Discipline, however, creates a foundation that helps you navigate through those moments of doubt and struggle. One of the most important aspects of discipline is the power of consistency. When you are motivated, it's easy to dive in and give your all, but that level of energy can't be sustained forever. This is why discipline is so vital. It's not about doing everything perfectly or achieving overnight success. Discipline is about taking small, consistent actions, day in and day out. These small actions over time compound into significant progress. Whether it's reading for 10 minutes each day, making incremental improvements at work, or sticking to a fitness routine, the little things you do every day will add up, and those seemingly insignificant actions will ultimately propel you forward to where you want to be. Discipline allows you to focus on the process, understanding that even the smallest step can lead to remarkable growth over time. Accountability plays an essential role in cultivating both motivation and discipline. It's easy to slip into old habits when there is no one around to keep you on track, but having someone to hold you accountable makes a tremendous difference. This could be a friend, a colleague, or even a self-imposed system of tracking progress. Knowing that someone is counting on you or that you have to report on your actions helps to maintain focus and consistency. Accountability serves as a powerful tool that reinforces your discipline, making it harder to abandon your goals, even when your motivation wanes. When you're accountable to someone or something, you're more likely to stick with the task at hand, especially during those moments when you'd rather quit. Developing effective habits is another key aspect of blending motivation with discipline. Motivation can come and go, but habits are the bedrock of success. When you form good habits, you don't have to rely on the fleeting bursts of motivation to push you forward. Habits create structure and routine, making it easier to stay disciplined. It's not about forcing yourself to work nonstop. It's about creating a system that allows you to remain productive even on the days when you don't feel like doing much. Establishing habits that align with your goals helps you stay committed, even when external factors such as mood or motivation try to steer you off course. Once you've built these habits, they become automatic, requiring far less effort and mental energy to maintain. This way, you'll find yourself progressing steadily without needing constant external motivation. One of the most significant benefits of discipline is the resilience it builds. Success is rarely linear. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. During these times, motivation may be difficult to access, and the temptation to give up can be overwhelming. However, discipline is what helps you push through the tough moments. It gives you the strength to keep going, even when things get difficult. When you are disciplined, you focus less on the short-term discomfort and more on the long-term rewards. You understand that growth doesn't happen overnight, and you are willing to keep moving forward one step at a time, even when things aren't easy. This resilience is crucial because it enables you to recover quickly from failures, learn from mistakes, and continue on your path without losing sight of your ultimate goals. Finally, when you combine motivation and discipline, the journey becomes more meaningful. While motivation can help you envision your end goal and give you the drive to start, it's discipline that ensures you stay engaged throughout the entire process. It helps you see that success is not just about reaching the destination. It's about how you grow along the way. By focusing on your daily actions, staying committed to your habits, and being resilient in the face of challenges, you will find that the journey itself becomes just as rewarding as the achievement of the goal. Motivation is the spark that lights the fire, but discipline is the fuel that keeps it burning, ensuring that your path to success is not only achieved, but sustainable. When it comes to achieving success, it's the little things we do every day that matter most. Often we focus on big, dramatic changes, believing that one major breakthrough will bring us the results we desire. But true success is built through the accumulation of small, deliberate actions taken consistently over time. These small steps, although seemingly insignificant in isolation, have the power to compound and create massive transformation in our lives. The power of consistency lies in the idea that every action, no matter how small, plays a crucial role in reaching our long-term goals. The concept of small actions compounding is essential because it highlights the importance of consistency. Imagine if you were to improve just 1% each day. While 1% might not seem like much on any given day, over the course of a year, this small increase results in remarkable progress. It's not about making grand gestures or having a sudden burst of energy to change everything at once. Rather, it's about showing up, doing the work, and staying committed to your goals every single day. When you focus on these small actions, you begin to see the bigger picture. The culmination of all your efforts leads to significant growth and success. One of the key aspects of compounding small actions is that they help to build momentum. The more you take small steps toward your goal, the more motivation you'll generate to continue moving forward. Success, at its core, is a habit, and habits are formed through repetition. When you perform an action repeatedly, it becomes ingrained in your routine, making it easier and more natural to continue. Think about how we learn to do anything, whether it's a sport, an instrument, or a new skill. At first, every action feels difficult and requires effort, but with each repetition, we become more proficient and the actions start to feel effortless. Additionally, small actions are sustainable. Big changes often overwhelm us, making it hard to stick with them. When you try to do too much at once, it's easy to burn out and lose motivation. But when you break your goals down into small, manageable actions, it becomes easier to stay committed. These small steps create a sense of achievement and progress, which fuels your motivation to keep going. So, as you consistently work on these smaller tasks, you'll find that you're making tangible progress toward your larger goals. And that progress will keep you energized. What's more, small actions can help to eliminate the feeling of being overwhelmed. When you look at your goals from a broad perspective, it's easy to feel like the task is too big to tackle. But by focusing on one small action at a time, you reduce the pressure and allow yourself to make steady, manageable progress. You stop seeing your goal as an insurmountable challenge and instead see it as a series of small, achievable steps. Each completed task, no matter how small, gives you a sense of accomplishment and makes the larger goal feel more attainable. In addition to helping you build momentum and reduce overwhelm, the power of small actions lies in their ability to create consistency. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of continuous effort and persistence. When you commit to taking small actions every day, you create a foundation for long-term growth. This consistency is key to achieving lasting success. It's the steady, repeated effort over time that leads to big results. The more you focus on the process and commit to these daily actions, the more you'll see the compounding effect take shape in your life. Another benefit of small actions compounding over time is that they allow for continuous learning and improvement. As you work toward your goals, you will inevitably encounter challenges and obstacles. But by taking small, consistent steps, you have the opportunity to learn and adapt along the way. Each small action is a chance to refine your approach, improve your techniques, and gain new insights. Over time, this learning process accelerates your progress and brings you closer to your ultimate objective. The power of small actions also encourages self-discipline. When you focus on taking consistent steps, you develop the ability to work through obstacles, stay focused, and persevere, even when the path gets difficult. Discipline is cultivated through the regular practice of these small actions, which reinforces your commitment and dedication to your goals. This discipline becomes a part of your identity, making it easier to stay on course even when motivation is low or external circumstances are challenging. As small actions accumulate, they begin to form a larger, more powerful force. You'll find that your efforts begin to pay off in ways that go beyond the immediate results. Your consistency will begin to shape your identity, and you'll start seeing yourself as someone who is capable of achieving your goals. This transformation is often more powerful than the goal itself because it creates a mindset of growth, resilience, and possibility. With each small step, you reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed, and that belief becomes a driving force in your journey. Ultimately, the compound effect of small actions is one of the most powerful forces in achieving long-term success. It's not about doing everything perfectly or making massive strides all at once. It's about staying consistent, focusing on the small steps, and trusting that over time, those actions will lead to extraordinary results. By embracing the power of small actions and committing to the process, you'll build the momentum, discipline, and mindset needed to achieve your goals and create lasting change in your life. The magic isn't in the big leaps, it's in the small, consistent steps that compound to create massive transformation. Accountability is one of the most powerful tools for ensuring long-term success. It's the force that keeps us grounded, that provides the structure we need when our motivation fades, and that gives us the strength to push through when the road gets tough. When we have someone or something holding us accountable, we are more likely to stay committed to our goals, even when the challenges seem overwhelming. It's easy to make excuses and let our ambitions slip through the cracks when we're working in isolation. But when we know that someone is watching, or when we have set clear milestones for ourselves, we tend to show up consistently no matter what. When we speak of accountability, it's not just about having someone else check in on our progress. It's about creating a system where we hold ourselves responsible for our actions, our decisions, and ultimately our results. Self-accountability is about building trust with ourselves. It's the commitment to keep our promises even when the going gets tough. This internal accountability ensures that we stay on track, even when the initial excitement of starting a new project or pursuing a new goal begins to fade. It helps us avoid procrastination and stay true to the daily actions that move us towards success. One of the most significant advantages of accountability is that it builds momentum. When we know that we will have to report on our progress, we are much more likely to follow through with our commitments. The simple act of being accountable to someone else or to ourselves helps to establish a sense of urgency and importance. It's no longer about merely completing a task. It's about fulfilling a promise to ourselves or to another person. This level of responsibility creates a deeper sense of purpose, which strengthens our determination to follow through, no matter the obstacles that may arise. Accountability is not just about staying committed to the big picture. It also forces us to focus on the small, incremental steps that make up the larger journey. It encourages us to take regular actions and ensures that we're making progress even when the end goal seems far off. By holding ourselves accountable, we become more intentional about the steps we take each day, ensuring that we are always moving forward. Even on days when motivation is lacking, the accountability we set in place helps us stay disciplined and focused on the task at hand. When we are held accountable, we tend to be more honest with ourselves about where we are in our journey. It encourages self-reflection and provides an opportunity to assess our progress and make necessary adjustments. Accountability doesn't just mean checking in on whether we've completed tasks. It also means taking time to evaluate how we've performed, what has worked, and what hasn't. This continuous reflection allows us to improve and grow, making each step more deliberate and effective. The power of accountability also lies in its ability to keep us motivated during times of doubt. It's easy to lose sight of our goals when we encounter challenges or setbacks. Without accountability, it's tempting to let ourselves off the hook, to put off our commitments, or quit altogether. However, when we have someone or something to answer to, we are much less likely to give up. Accountability keeps us moving forward, even when we don't feel like it, because it holds us to a higher standard. It reminds us that our actions have consequences and that success requires persistence. A crucial part of accountability is the ability to celebrate progress. Having someone to share your victories with, no matter how small, reinforces the idea that every step forward is worth recognizing. When we are accountable to ourselves or others, we begin to appreciate the journey rather than just focusing on the destination. It's not just about achieving the goal. It's about the person we become in the process. Accountability allows us to acknowledge the hard work and effort we've put into reaching our goals, giving us a sense of fulfillment and pride along the way. Another important aspect of accountability is the way it creates a sense of community. When we share our goals and progress with others, we establish a network of support and encouragement. This sense of community can be a powerful motivator, especially on days when we feel discouraged or unmotivated. Knowing that others are rooting for our success and cheering us on helps us maintain our drive and determination. This shared journey can foster collaboration, idea exchange, and mutual growth, making the entire process more rewarding. Furthermore, accountability is a powerful tool for creating long-term habits. When we regularly check in on our progress, we are more likely to establish routines that align with our goals. These habits eventually become ingrained in our daily lives, making success not just a one-time event, but a continuous process. As we build these habits, we develop discipline, which is crucial for maintaining momentum and sustaining progress over time. The more consistent we are with our actions, the more automatic they become, making it easier to stay on course. Accountability is more than just a way to track progress. It's a mindset shift that empowers us to take control of our actions, our decisions, and our futures. It provides the structure, motivation, and support we need to stay focused on our goals, even when the journey gets tough. By holding ourselves accountable and seeking accountability from others, we create an environment where success becomes inevitable. It's the catalyst that turns our intentions into results, our dreams into realities, and our aspirations into achievements. Whether we're pursuing personal growth, professional goals, or anything in between, accountability is the cornerstone of sustained success. It fuels consistency, drives progress, and ultimately makes our success possible. When it comes to achieving lasting success, the foundation lies not in fleeting bursts of energy or motivation, but in the development of consistent habits. Motivation is powerful and can spark the desire to take action, but its intensity often fades away as quickly as it arrives. In contrast, habits are the steady force that drives us, the invisible engine behind sustained progress. Success is not achieved by waiting for motivation to strike, but by creating a routine that keeps us moving forward even when motivation feels distant. Habits form the backbone of every accomplishment, allowing us to maintain focus and consistency regardless of the challenges we face. Habits, unlike motivation, are automatic behaviors. They are actions we repeat without having to consciously think about them, making them more reliable than the ever-changing waves of motivation. When we rely on motivation, we're subject to its fluctuating nature. One day we feel ready to conquer the world, and the next we can barely muster the energy to get out of bed. Habits, however, don't rely on how we feel. They are ingrained in our daily lives, taking the decision-making process out of the equation. This is what makes them so powerful. By developing strong, positive habits, we ensure that we're continuously moving toward our goals, regardless of our emotional state or external circumstances. The key to building habits lies in consistency. It's not about trying to do everything perfectly all at once. It's about making small, incremental improvements day by day. Over time, these small actions compound into significant achievements. For instance, reading just a few pages a day may seem insignificant at first, but over time, those few pages add up to books, expanding our knowledge and perspective. Similarly, dedicating a small amount of time each day to a fitness routine may feel like nothing in the beginning, but over time, those minutes of exercise will lead to improved health, increased energy, and physical strength. This gradual accumulation of effort is the essence of habit formation. And that is the essence of habit formation. Once a habit is formed, it becomes ingrained in our daily routine, freeing up mental energy for other tasks. The more we repeat an action, the less we need to think about it. For example, if we set a habit of journaling every morning, it eventually becomes something we do automatically, without needing motivation or reminders. This is the power of habits. They take the effort out of doing the work. As they become ingrained, they no longer feel like a chore. Instead, they become part of who we are and what we do. This shift in mindset from motivation to habit is what allows us to achieve long-term success, even when external circumstances make it difficult to stay inspired. One of the greatest benefits of habits is that they build momentum. When we start taking consistent action, no matter how small, we begin to generate positive results. This momentum drives us to keep going. Habits help us create a sense of progress, even when we can't see the bigger picture. This feeling of making progress is crucial for maintaining motivation. It encourages us to stick with our routine, even on days when our energy is low. Over time, this momentum builds into a powerful force, making success seem inevitable. Additionally, habits help to keep us focused on the process rather than just the outcome. Motivation often centers on the end result, which can sometimes feel far out of reach. This focus on the result can be discouraging when we don't see immediate progress. However, by focusing on the daily habits, we take the pressure off the end goal and instead concentrate on the actions that lead to it. This shift in focus makes the process more enjoyable and less overwhelming. When we focus on doing the work rather than fixating on the outcome, we build a stronger connection to our goals and develop a sense of fulfillment in the journey itself. The power of habits also lies in their ability to create structure in our lives. In the absence of structured routines, we can easily get sidetracked, wasting time on activities that don't align with our goals. Habits create a framework that guides us, helping us stay on track and prioritize what truly matters. They allow us to structure our days around what's most important to us, ensuring that our actions align with our values and long-term vision. This sense of structure helps us make consistent progress, even when life feels chaotic or unpredictable. Habits also improve our decision-making. When we establish positive habits, we reduce the need to make countless decisions throughout the day. Instead of deciding whether or not to exercise, we simply do it because it's a part of our routine. Instead of questioning whether we should work on our goals, we take the necessary steps without hesitation. This reduction in decision fatigue allows us to conserve mental energy, making it easier to stay focused on our objectives. By removing the need for constant decision-making, habits simplify our lives and enable us to stay on track. One of the most impactful aspects of habits is that they contribute to our personal growth. As we continue to build positive habits, we become the kind of person who is disciplined, resilient, and focused. We develop the ability to push through challenges, stay consistent, and achieve our goals. Over time, this growth becomes evident not just in the results we achieve, but in the person we become in the process. Success in many ways is not just about the destination. It's about the transformation that occurs along the way. Habits shape our character, turning us into individuals who are capable of achieving anything we set our minds to. Ultimately, the key to success lies in building habits that support our goals. Motivation may get us started, but it's habits that keep us going. By focusing on the process and making small, consistent changes each day, we create a solid foundation for long-term success. Habits eliminate the need for constant motivation, providing us with the structure, consistency, and momentum we need to turn our dreams into reality. When we cultivate the right habits, success becomes a natural outcome, one that's sustained by our daily actions, not by the fleeting power of motivation. Discipline is the foundation that enables us to weather the storms of life, to overcome obstacles, and to persist in the face of adversity. While motivation might push us to begin a task or a new journey, it is discipline that gives us the strength and fortitude to carry on, especially when times get tough. The true power of discipline lies in its ability to cultivate a resilience, an inner strength that keeps us going even when the road ahead is difficult and the results are not immediately visible. Resilience is not something we are born with. It is something we build over time through consistent, disciplined actions that shape our mindset and perspective. When life throws challenges our way, it is easy to feel overwhelmed or defeated. It's easy to throw in the towel and give up, especially when things don't go as planned or when we encounter setbacks. But discipline teaches us how to respond differently. Instead of giving in to discouragement or frustration, discipline helps us to stay focused on our long-term goals and to keep moving forward, no matter how slow the progress may seem. The power of discipline lies in its ability to strengthen our resolve, helping us to persist even when motivation fades or circumstances become challenging. One of the most important aspects of discipline is its ability to create structure and routine in our lives. Without discipline, we're more susceptible to distractions and procrastination. It's easy to lose sight of our goals when we don't have a clear plan of action or a system in place to guide us. Discipline provides that structure. It sets boundaries, establishes routines, and ensures that we stay on track, even when the external world is chaotic. By creating habits that align with our values and objectives, discipline becomes a guiding force that steers us towards success. It ensures that we're making consistent progress, even on the days when we don't feel like it, or when external circumstances try to pull us off course. Discipline also helps to cultivate mental toughness, which is a key component of resilience. Life is full of challenges, and there will inevitably be times when we face setbacks, failures, or obstacles that seem insurmountable. During these moments, our ability to persevere is tested. Discipline builds mental toughness by teaching us how to push through discomfort and keep going, even when it feels easier to quit. It's the ability to take one more step, to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. This mental toughness allows us to bounce back from failure, learn from our mistakes, and emerge stronger than before. It helps us to view obstacles as opportunities for growth, rather than as reasons to give up. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is its ability to develop self-control. Resilience is not just about bouncing back from adversity. It's also about being able to regulate our emotions, thoughts, and behaviors in the face of challenges. Discipline teaches us how to stay calm and focused, even in difficult situations. It helps us to manage our impulses and avoid making rash decisions when we're under pressure. End quote. By practicing discipline, we develop the ability to stay composed even when things don't go as planned. This self-control enables us to make thoughtful decisions, maintain a positive outlook, and stay focused on our goals even when faced with obstacles. Discipline also teaches us the importance of delayed gratification. In today's world of instant rewards and immediate satisfaction, it's easy to lose sight of the long-term benefits of hard work and perseverance. Discipline, however, teaches us to value the process over the outcome. It helps us to stay committed to our goals, even when the rewards are not immediately visible. When we learn to embrace the discomfort of working toward our goals, even when it feels like we're not making progress, we develop the resilience to keep going. We begin to understand that success is not a result of quick fixes or shortcuts, but of consistent, disciplined effort over time. Another key element of discipline is its ability to help us build confidence in ourselves and our abilities. When we practice discipline, we prove to ourselves that we can stick to our commitments, follow through on our plans, and push through difficult situations. This builds self-consciousness, which is an essential component of resilience. When we believe in ourselves and our abilities, we are more likely to take on challenges, bounce back from failure, and keep moving forward, even when the going gets tough. Discipline helps to reinforce this belief by showing us that we are capable of achieving our goals, even when it requires sustained effort and persistence. Over time, discipline becomes a habit that shapes our mindset and behavior. It transforms us into individuals who are willing to put in the work, to stay committed to our goals, and to persevere through difficult times. As we continue to practice discipline, we develop a sense of resilience that empowers us to face life's challenges head on. We begin to see setbacks as temporary, failures as learning experiences, and obstacles as stepping stones towards success. Discipline shifts our perspective, allowing us to approach difficulties with a sense of calm, determination, and hope. The relationship between discipline and resilience is cyclical. The more disciplined we are, the more resilient we become. And the more resilient we are, the easier it becomes to stay disciplined in the face of adversity. This cycle creates a positive feedback loop that propels us forward, helping us to achieve our goals, overcome challenges, and develop the inner strength needed to thrive in an ever-changing world. Discipline is the cornerstone of resilience, and together they form the foundation for lasting success. When embarking on any journey towards success, it's easy to become fixated on the outcome. The destination often becomes the sole focus, with the belief that only once we achieve that goal will we experience fulfillment, satisfaction, and happiness. However, the real magic of success lies in the process, the day in and day out efforts, the small wins, and the continuous growth that happens as we put in the work. Focusing solely on the outcome can lead to frustration, disappointment, and burnout, especially when things don't unfold as quickly or as perfectly as we'd like. True fulfillment comes from embracing the journey, learning from the experiences along the way, and making steady progress, no matter how small. It's easy to think that the end result is where all the rewards are, but when we focus only on that distant goal, we miss out on the present moment. The process is where we develop our skills, sharpen our abilities, and build resilience. It's in the process that we learn, grow, and transform. By dedicating ourselves to the journey, instead of obsessing over the destination, we begin to experience the joy of progress. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory in itself. The small, consistent efforts we put in each day build the foundation for bigger accomplishments in the future. When we recognize and appreciate these small wins, we create a sense of momentum that drives us forward even when we don't see immediate results. A critical aspect of focusing on the process is the ability to embrace the struggle. Success is rarely linear, and the road to achievement is often filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. If we place all our attention on the outcome, we may become disheartened when things don't go as planned. However, when we focus on the process, we start to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Each setback becomes a chance to learn, adjust, and improve. It's in these difficult moments that we build resilience, mental toughness, and perseverance. The process teaches us that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone towards success. By shifting our focus to the journey, we reframe our challenges as integral parts of our path, not as signs that we're on the wrong track. By focusing on the process, we also learn to develop patience. In a world where instant gratification is becoming the norm, it's easy to want quick results. However, true success is often the result of long-term sustained effort. When we focus on the process, we understand that success is built over time, and we become more comfortable with delayed gratification. Instead of seeking immediate rewards, we learn to value the incremental progress we make each day. This mindset helps us stay motivated even when the outcome seems far off, because we recognize that every action we take brings us one step closer to our goal. With this patience, we develop a deeper sense of commitment to the journey, knowing that our efforts will eventually pay off, even if the results are not immediate. Focusing on the process also allows us to remain flexible. The outcome we envision may not always unfold exactly as we expect it to. Plans change, circumstances evolve, and unexpected events occur. When we fixate solely on the outcome, we may become rigid and unwilling to adjust our course. However, when we focus on the process, we become more adaptable. We understand that the journey is not always predictable, and we learn to embrace change and uncertainty. This flexibility enables us to pivot when necessary and make adjustments along the way, ensuring that we stay aligned with our long-term goals, even if the path looks different than we initially imagined. Another important aspect of focusing on the process is that it encourages us to stay present. Too often, we're so focused on what's next, whether it's the next promotion, the next milestone, or the next big win, that we fail to appreciate the value of the present moment. The process is happening right now, and it's easy to overlook its importance when we're consumed by the future. But the process is where we have the power to make choices, take action, and grow. By staying focused on the present, we make the most of each day, ensuring that we're always moving forward. This presence also allows us to fully engage with the work we're doing, making the experience more fulfilling and rewarding. The journey of focusing on the process also fosters a deeper sense of self-awareness. When we're deeply engaged in the process, we become more attuned to our strengths, weaknesses, and areas of growth. We can assess our progress, evaluate our methods, and make changes as needed. This self-awareness is essential for personal development, as it allows us to continually improve and evolve. By focusing on the process, we engage in continuous reflection, which helps us to stay aligned with our values and long-term vision. Moreover, embracing the process leads to a stronger sense of ownership and responsibility. When we focus on the journey rather than the outcome, we begin to realize that success is not an external event that happens to us. It is a series of actions and decisions that we actively participate in. We take ownership of our progress and commit ourselves to the daily work that is required to achieve our goals. A sense of responsibility gives us a sense of control over our destiny, as we realize that we have the power to shape our future through our consistent efforts. Focusing on the process also strengthens our mental and emotional resilience. Success is not only about achieving a goal, it's about developing the capacity to persevere through difficult times. When we focus on the process, we understand that the journey will not always be easy, and we learn how to handle obstacles with grace and determination. Instead of becoming discouraged when things get tough, we view challenges as a natural part of the process. This shift in perspective builds our mental toughness, enabling us to navigate setbacks with a positive attitude and keep moving forward. Ultimately, focusing on the process is a mindset shift that has the power to transform our approach to success. By dedicating ourselves to the journey, we begin to find joy in the small victories, embrace challenges as opportunities, and develop the resilience, patience, and flexibility needed to achieve our long-term goals. It's in the process that we truly grow, evolve, and become the person we need to be to reach our fullest potential.